Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am back with my snake eyes. Today I wanted to talk about a very important topic, and it's also something that has been bothering me for many years now. I could say at least the last 3-4 years, obviously, and that is the collective loss of beauty and aesthetics in design. Have you seen how houses look these days? How offices look these days? Have you seen how cars look these days? They just have no personality, no character, no uniqueness. Everything is like boxed. Everything is clean, metal, straight lines. Again, I mean, like cardboard boxes basically. Being someone who's from the corporate sector over the years, the offices I've worked in, they've all looked the same kind of conference rooms. Of course, colors have differed, the same sort of cubicles, straight lines, um, white color, beige color walls, um, those wooden, what is that particle wood, I think, um, terminals, desks, etc. Even cars. How many of you remember the Maruti 800? I mean, if you are a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha, just Google the Maruti 800. That car, that tiny car, was packed with character, and that was like buying the Maruti 800 for a middle class family back in the 90s was like they have arrived somewhere in life, okay? And even in my life, the Maruti 800 was our first car, and with that only I also learned how to drive. It was a small car, but it had something unique about it. Even the Maruti S-Team, or the Maruti 1000. Also remember, there was this car called the Contessa. In Bengali, we used to call it the Kontasha. We would make fun of it. It was this huge, long, flat-looking car which sort of looked like the old 1960s, 70s Chevrolet in the US. The Contessa, that was Hindustan Motors ka car, I think, yeah. So cars, homes, people who are buying new apartments, they are just boxes, and the boxes are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and they are losing character over the years, over days. There's nothing unique about design these days. Everything is like flat, boxy, straight, um, no imperfection, and they're just clones of each other. And to be very honest, I don't know what that car is called. Uh, that box thing, from, I think it's, there's one from MG, Morris Garage, and there's one Mahindra, sort of which looks a lot like the Tesla truck. But I mean, I would never drive that. I would never drive a matchbox. I would never drive a cardboard box. This is why I sort of gravitate towards those old convertibles with plush leather seats, wooden panels, big thin steerings with a stick gear. Those cars had character. And having one of those cars is like also says a lot about your personality. There's a reason why those cars have become vintage, and a lot of us who love old ancient things still have a soft corner in our hearts for old vintage things. I mean, that's the very reason, right? Because there's nothing to be excited about in today's design sensibilities, because everything is a box. Everything is polished steel, chrome, neutrals, beige, ivory, white out, blacked out, no beauty. So what this is doing to us as a generation, as a civilization, is it's erasing I keep repeating this word, but there's a reason for that. So design today keeps erasing character and personality, uniqueness of design, aesthetic, beauty, shape, texture. They're all gone, just gone. If you even see simple things like crockery design, straight forks and spoons with a straight handle. Olden days, even cutlery, crockery, everything had a beauty, had this quaintness about them. Quaint is the word I would use, I guess. Even spoons had beautifully carved handles. Of course, you still get those things, but I'm saying in general, beauty and aesthetics have been completely wiped out from our lives. And I feel this is the reason for humanity's collective dissociation from the soul. We have become machines because anyway, we are working with machines, with AI and machine learning and training of algorithms. Everything is becoming mechanical. So why should houses and offices and cars be left behind? And this design, what shall I say? This loss of beauty from spaces, from design, also extends to our lives, to how we go about our lives. I am a millennial, so I would know that every evening around say 5:30, 6 o'clock, in Bengali we say Shondhe Dewa. That's such a beautiful ritual. It's basically like you light agarbatti and a lamp in front of the gods. You ring the bell and you do a small puja, and some people even blow the shank. Such a beautiful, pure, sacred ritual. Then everybody from the family would gather around near the kitchen, and they would have chai and biscuits. Even the family's dog would be there. Who has the time these days? Right? Why only houses and cars and offices? What about songs? Songs. There have been some songs which had released in the mid-90s which we still hum today. Why do we still remember nostalgic songs from the 70s, the 60s? Why do we remember them? And I can tell you for a fact that whatever songs are released these days via films or audio records, labels, etc., nobody is going to remember these songs. But future generations will probably, like, for example, say in the year 2070, people will still listen to 1960s, 1970s songs. Dekha ek khwab to ye silsile hue. People will still listen to that. People will not listen to, I don't even know recent songs. Let me try and remember one song from a movie from the last 3 years. 10 seconds to remember. One song from one movie song in the last 3 years. I'm trying to remember. Just like, let's do it real time, no? One movie song. What movies were there? Oh yeah, and of course, most movies these days have remade songs from the 60s and 70s. Movie songs. Unless, of course, it's an A.R. Rahman music wala song or something. Movie songs. Fuck, I can't remember. Movie songs. Last 3 years. what movies came out in the last 3 years? There's this song from Padmavat, Naino Wale. Of course, because that's been used in reels, so we all remember. I can't for the life of me remember anything. Okay, time's up. Nothing. Were any of y'all able to remember any music song, the lyrics of which you feel that you'll never forget? No. But we still remember Mera Joota Hai Chapani. We still remember Ye Kahan Aa Gaye Hum. We still remember so many songs, but no okay, mid 2000s to late 2010, yeah, I remember Rang De Basanti songs, of course, because the movie was impactful and the music was by A.R. Rahman, of course. We remember Roja songs. We also remember some cool indie pop songs, right? Like the stuff that we have grown up watching and listening to, we millennials in the 90s, early 2000s. We remember those songs, I think. Euphoria songs, Tum Pichak Tum, we remember. Then Strings, the band, we remember those songs. We remember Dooba Dooba Rehta Hoon Aankhon Mein Teri. Yeah, we remember those songs, but these days ka songs we will not remember. We even remember the songs from the movie Kaante. Mahi Ve. I think that's from Kaante, right? But of course that has also got a remake rather. So it's an exercise in futility. You will not remember anything. So what is this collective loss of beauty, aesthetics, art? What is it doing to us really? It's doing something so negative to us that we are not even noticing. It is depressing us. Udas hona. Gumrah hona. So it's basically unconsciously or subconsciously, it's making us depressed because what do you hum when you want to hum a tune to sort of enjoy a moment or bathe in nostalgia? What do you hum? You can't hum anything because you will not remember anything, because nothing is worth remembering. This is what it's doing to us. If you believe that there should be a revolution on this front, ask for it. Just ask for it. I would say we collectively need a big renaissance of sorts to bring beauty, aesthetics and art back into our lives, back into culture, and even things that pass off as art. Even those are so realistic that they are more for shock value than for enjoyment or soothing of the soul. No. They are there for shock value. The art will shock you into admitting the extreme depressive nature of today's reality. It's not adding any value to your life, because I think our collective state of mind has become so nihilistic that we have accepted it. We have just come to accept it, that what's the point even? So, do you want to live with this feeling? Kya farak padega? What's the point? Ki hobe kore? Do you want to live with this feeling, or do you want to live a very enriching life full of art, beauty, aesthetics, conversations, good things, soulful things, meaning, purpose. You tell me. I'm telling you, we need a revolution on this front. We need a renaissance on this front. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. So let me know what you think about this. You can also share examples from your life, things that you miss these days. I'm sure there will be a lot of things, especially for us millennials, though the list is sort of endless. Who misses that computer console, the desktop with the CPU, Windows XP, two speakers on both sides, coming back from college or high school and playing songs on those speakers? And I still remember, I think I was 15 or 16 or something. So the Windows music player had this visualization effect, and there was an option to sort of choose which visualization you want to see. So I still remember I would like change the visualizations according to the musical beats, and I would stare at them and almost like get a high out of that. It was almost like a 16-year-old's DMT trip, sort of like that. But there's nothing of that sort these days. Anyway, so I just feel that we need a revolution on this front, and if you agree with me, let me know. Share this video with those you feel will connect with this, and those you feel will have a lot to say about this topic. Okay, until then, bye bye.